What's up, guys? Duke back from sportsgamers.com. Super excited for today's Madden 20 tip video because we have something very special for you guys. Recently, I've been showing a lot of coverage breakdowns. I've broken down some cover 4 palms, a combo cover 2 coverage, just a lot of unique coverages that are able to defend the meta. Well, today, guys, I'm going to show you something even more unique. I'm going to show you guys how you can use secret hidden assignments to create a very effective coverage defense. It's going to be a combo coverage that's going to allow you guys to stop corner routes, crossing routes, post routes, all the meta stuff. This is something that's very effective in general, but it's really geared to slowing down, like I said, the meta. So formations like your tight offset, your bunch, your split close, your trade Y flex, things of that nature where we already know we're dealing with a lot of deep crossers, a lot of corners, a lot of posts, one-play touchdowns, that type of thing. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So we're going to be looking at the big nickel over G. The big nickel over G is found in any of the default non-live team playbooks. So like whatever playbook you use, as long as it's not a live playbook, it's going to have it for sure. The thing about big nickel over G's, guys, is in big nickel over G, you actually have the safety playing the nickelback spot by default. This is something that I broke down a few years ago. I feel like it got slept on, but it's still in the game and very effective because this is an actual safety and not a slot corner. When we come out in the huddle and we look to adjust our defense, this player is going to get the assignments that you would get as a safety, not a slot corner, which allows us to do some extremely unique things. When I played in the club championship 2 years ago, I believe it was, this was something that I ran to slow down bunch that was very, very good. And to this day, it is still good. So we're going to look at the play cover 3 sky. And I'm going to start with bunch, but I'm also going to show this against some trade Y flex, some tight, some different formations so you guys can see what I'm talking about. That it's just, it's very good against the meta. So before we get into the setup, I do want to remind you guys to please hit the subscribe button in the corner of the video. Subscribe to our channel. It really does help us out. And also, I'd recommend turning your notifications on so you don't miss out when our videos go live. We upload great content daily that you will not find anywhere else. Now, guys, you have been showing some amazing support lately. The support has been absolutely unreal, and I feel truly blessed for you guys to be supporting me like this, to allow me to make all these videos for you on a daily basis. So if you're really rocking with me, smash that like button and show that love. With all that said, I want to get into my breakdown now. So with this, I'm going to recommend that you base align. Do you have to base align? No, you don't. But to me, it's just, it's a little bit more effective, in my opinion, if you base align. Again, you don't have to. You could easily do this without base aligning, but, I'm just going to, for the purposes of this video, I am going to base align. So what we do past this is we can control either one of these hook zones. It really doesn't matter. But I'm going to turn this into a completely different cover 3 style defense. This is your standard cover 3. This is very easy to beat. I'm going to turn this into inverted cover 3. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to put, first of all, both of my outside corners are going to go into cloud flats. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit YY to adjust the coverage of my DBs. If I'm on Xbox, if I'm on PlayStation, that'd be triangle, triangle. Then I just hit whichever icon I want to adjust of the player. So we're going to do the left corner first, which is X. And then we hit down on the left analog stick to put them in a cloud flat. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do that same thing I just did to the left corner to the right corner. So I'm going to put him in a cloud flat. All right. Now, again, this is what I'm talking about with the unique assignments you're going to get by these safeties. Because we have 3 safeties in the game here. We don't even have a slot corner in the game. This is why you can do this in this formation and you can't do it from others. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this guy in the left slot right here. I'm going to adjust his zone now. So again, we're going to hit YY or triangle, triangle for on PlayStation. We're going to hit his icon, which in this case is Y. And I need to put him in an outside third to the left. So I hit the left analog stick to the left. Bam. All right. Next thing I need to do is the same thing to this guy over here on the right. So I'm going to hit, again, YY if I'm on Xbox, triangle, triangle on PlayStation, and then just whatever his icon here, which in this case it's A. And I would need to put him in the outside third to the right. So I hit to the right on the right analog stick. Now you guys see that for these players, you have completely different assignments available to you than you normally do. And again, it's because he's a safety. You got 3 safeties in the game here, and you don't have a slot corner. That's why you're able to do this, and you're not able to do it from other formations. And like I said, I've been doing this since Madden 18, I believe it was. And yeah, it's been super effective for me. So past that, you don't have to do anything else. This is going to completely lock down corner routes, crossers. It's going to allow us to play the post over the middle of the field without really having to worry about the sidelines too much. And also, this is a very difficult coverage to bomb. You cannot really bomb it nearly as easily as you would bomb your standard cover 3 because of the way we change up these coverage adjustments. So we're going to go ahead, and now one thing I will say is if you're really, really worried about the bomb, you can make this even harder to bomb by putting him in, these guys over here into, that we put into the thirds. If you're truly worried about the bomb, you can put them in like deep halves like that, like a deep half like that, and make it even harder if they do have a bomb play. But honestly, guys, I'm gonna tell you that with the way the DBs are in the game right now, this is gonna be a difficult coverage to bomb even without deep halves. Can it be done? Sure. There are a lot of glitchy bomb plays in the game, but that's something that I'm looking out for my user anyway. So if I see a route combo that I know could be a bomb, that's what I'm gonna take it away myself. But anyways, the only other adjustment you could make would be to put a defensive lineman in a spy if you want. And to do that, you could just hit left on the D-pad, then the D lineman you want to put in the spy, and then you hit right on his icon, and then right on the right analog stick. Now, this is most effective if you have a good D-line to get pressure. So if you have at least one defensive line pass rush ability, that would be great, whether it's pass rush elite, edge threat, power specialist, whatever. Honestly, the more the merrier. So let's take a look at this right here. This is a very simple concept. I just want to show you guys, yes, my assignment would be to play over the middle of the field myself with this user. Not really going to do anything here. I just want to show you guys that this is very good against people who want to throw corner routes. So you guys can see I'm easily able to click on, and I pick that off. The reason for this is you can't just throw it quickly like you normally would. Because of the cloud flat, you can't throw that quick. So you can't do a motion corner route because the cloud flat will take that away. And also, first of all, guys, this is a route combo that normally could bomb cover 3 if I had more room. But you can see it's not going, it's not going to work like that here. But the other thing is when you go to throw that corner route, when you're like, okay, it's past the cloud flat, I can throw it. You really can't because of this outside third that's in the box. Because this is an inverted cover 3, it just plays it much, much better. You guys can see, as soon as the ball is thrown, he's not guarding him. He's not turning his hips to guard the corner out and getting glitched out. No, he's still running back in his third. But because of the positioning of this, as soon as you throw it, and this is not even anyone glitchy or anything, this is just a normal defensive back. So you can imagine if we had a 99 zone guy here with 99 speed or something, this is just a normal back. We're easily able to click on, undercut this throw, and get the pick animation. So this is something super, super glitchy that is extremely effective, as you guys can see here. Easily able to get that pick animation. Alright, so you're going to know this is going to be very consistent, very effective, and it's going to work against multiple formations. So that's bunch. Just to show you guys, let's look at tight. Tight, similar stuff going on. We already know we got the glitchy corner routes, Y out, HB swing. Everyone runs that. So again, this is big nickel over G, cover 3 sky is the play. This is something you can do from, like I said, many playbooks, but you need big nickel over G because you get these 3 safeties. So again, here you don't need a basin line. You can. Do you absolutely have to? No. But what we're going to do here is we're going to put both of our outside corners once again in cloud flat. Same thing I did the last time. So that's the first thing. Then we put these 2 inside DBs, the one on the left and one on the right. We put both of them in outside thirds. The one on the left, the outside third to the left. The one on the right, an outside third to the right. Now, you can base align this if you want. Again, you do not have to, guys, but you definitely can if you want. That can give you, a little bit, different look, but base line is not necessary. But anyways, again, we're gonna just manually control this one of these hook zones, and again, it kind of just depends upon the formation, what round concepts they're hitting us with over the middle. So if I see a post route, something like that I know is coming open, that's gonna be on me. You obviously can run this with the running back manned up. Another thing you guys can even do is you can bluff blitz this D tackle if you're not facing a mobile quarterback and you're not worried about the spy, and that's actually going to turn him into a 3-rec hook, which is one of the more glitchy zones in the game. To be quite honest with you, that's another adjustment you can do if the quarterback is not mobile. But again, guys, we all know about this Y out play, the dual drags, the corner out that just is unguardable, it seems. Well, let's take a look at how it guards it here. So it guards it pretty well, as you guys can see. I don't even click onto the corner, and he's basically able to break it up. Now, you guys can see I was actually controlling the receiver there. I tried to do a little swerve to get a little better position, and the DB was still in good enough position that he broke that up without me even clicking on. So, again, you can't really throw it as quickly as you would like because the cloud flat is right there. But because this is not your standard cover 3, this is an inverted cover 3 because of the 3 safeties. The safety's in the corner, or the DB that's in that deep zone is in a perfect position to break that up. You guys can see I didn't even click onto him and he just broke it up himself. Now, if I actually click on, which I'm going to try to click on here, I'm going to most likely be able to pick it off, or at least come very close to picking it off and break it up pretty easily. Clicking on, and again, guys, you can imagine do this with DBs with 99 speed, with 99 zone, and how easy it's really going to be. So here I'm going to click on, I'm throwing the corner out. See, I click on, undercut it, and I honestly should have picked that. I feel like the only reason why I didn't pick that is just because it wasn't really that good of a defender. But still, I was able to break it up. If you take a look at the replay, you guys are going to see that this is not going to be something that is going to be like a good read. You're not going to be able to just chuck corner routes because these guys, they play it much better. Look, I'm able to undercut that and get a good animation. I was just a hair from picking it off. I guarantee you if that's a better player, that's going to be a pick all day long. So, that is the corner route. Now, something about this play and just in general is, you can get bombed. This is the most common cover 3 bomb concept right now. That's the most effective, I would say, is having a corner route to the weak side of the field, which we have, and then also having a deep post coming from the other side of the field to the weak side with potentially a streak down the middle to take away the safety. And that's what actually makes this play so good, is because it has that glitchy corner route, then it also has that deep post, and then you can mix in drags and streaks. That's why this is one of the most annoying plays to defend all year. As you can see, the exact same coverage adjustment. Let's take a look at how it plays it. Now, if you do see a bomb concept like this, this is one of the few that could get open on this defense. You will need to guard that deep post yourself. So if you see they have a deep bomb setup where you see a corner out going to the weak side and then a deep post trying to come over the middle to bomb you, you need to guard it. Look at how I guarded here. Now they can't throw it and they're forced to take a coverage sack because nothing's open. Now, another thing I do want to break down or mention, I should say, about big nickel over G is that you can put safeties at linebacker. And since we're going to be using these linebackers, I would definitely recommend putting safeties in at linebacker to give you more speed to be able to guard route concepts like this. If you see them happening, you will need to guard them so you don't get bombed. And if you have a safety, you'll be able to easily get back there in no time at all. I mean, you guys know, I'm sure you've played against people in Madden franchise that have basically 99 speed users that are safeties, and you can just never really bomb or really do much on those users because they're so fast. Here I have a linebacker, but I was still able to keep up pretty good, pick it up. But if I had a safety there, high speed, I mean, it's going to be locked down even more. But here, you really can't really throw that because I'm in good position. You might have been able to throw it really late if you had 99 throw power, but by that time you're getting sacked anyway. So that's another thing, though, is that this defense is definitely effective if you have at least one pass rusher with a pass rush ability, whether it's edge threat, pass rush elite.
power specialist. Really, the more the merrier, though, because this is essentially going to be, a D-line rush. Now, I will say that this is not just good for corner routes and bombs and posts and all that. Like, it defends the short corners, like I've already shown you. It will defend the longer corners too. So if we look at a play like bench, which has deeper corner routes, because I've already shown you it stops the quicker breaking corner routes on Y out, you'll see that it guards deeper corner routes too into both sides. So this time I'm going to look to throw one of the deeper ones to the tight end on the right side of the screen, and you guys are going to see it's going to defend that very well. I'm not going to have anything to worry about. So let's take a look at it here. So again, we're just getting up our same exact adjustments by putting the two outside DBs in the cloud flats, and then the inside corners, or the inside defensive backs, I should say, into the outside thirds, the east side of the field. You guys can see it's blanketed. You try to throw that, I'm clicking on, breaking it up, we get a pick. All right, so that's never going to be an issue. Obviously people can roll out. I don't have Drew Brees, so I can't really roll out here. So rolling out does give you a little bit better angle, but this still defends that very, very well. And I'm actually going to show you guys something you can do to combat the rollout a little bit in a minute here. But just know that even when they roll out, these guys are still going to have good position. And if you click on, you're definitely going to be able to make plays. Now, this is another thing about this defense. Is it's just such a solid defense, period, especially against bunch. Verticals would be a play you think maybe you could attack with, right? The motion wheel route. And no, because the motion wheel route is going to be locked, and then my user can just defend the drag or the post over the middle, and there's going to be nothing open. As you guys can see here, I'm not even doing anything with my user. There's nothing. It's a pick. I've seen this defense lock up some of the best bunch players in the world. Clef, I played Clef in the club championship. Is one of the best bunch players I've probably ever played. I ended up beating him, but it was a great game. But I just know from playing him, he has one of the best bunches out there. I've actually seen Clef get locked up by this exact defense to the point where he really couldn't move the ball in bunch at all. So I can promise you guys, this is not some BS. This is a very, very effective defense. Now, the next thing I want to look at is this Trey Y Flex Dagger, because this is obviously a little bit different. This is a deep crosser, and this is a rollout type formation. So, guys, we're going to set the coverage up the same way. And one of the things, again, we're going to put both of the outside corners in cloud flats. By the way, you also could do a soft squat if you want, but I'm going to do clouds here. And then I'm going to put the two inside DBs into their outside thirds. And now this time I'm going to control the hook zone on the right. You can control either hook zone. I just do it based upon what the offense is doing. But the other thing you're seeing here is, I've broken this down in a video before, but I spy the D end and I put the D tackle on the contain. The reason I do this is because I know that most people's blocking assignments, when they see a four-man pass rush like this, big nickel over G, is just to try to cut block that D lineman, that defensive end every time. And if he was on the contain, they could do it, or at least double team him. But here, because we don't have him even rushing, he's on a spy, and that D tackle's on the contain, you're not going to be able to do that. Now, the other thing I should mention is if you're going to use something like this to kind of confuse their blocking assignments so they can't roll out so easily, make sure that you actually have fast linemen at D tackle on those contains. One more thing to note, the contains aren't actually going to get pass rush. They're not going to try to shed. No, what they're going to do is look to get the outside leverage and disengage. If you try to roll out, then they'll sack you. But they're not going to push the pocket too well. I mean, you still will get some pass rush, but it's definitely not going to be like if they were on normal pass rush angles. Like as you can see here, the D tackle that was actually on a regular rush angle is who got pressure on me. So I would definitely recommend, if you can, at least have one D tackle with a pass rush ability for sure. Or, a D lineman in general. I would honestly do two myself, but that's on you guys how you want to do it. But here's Dagger. We already know what to expect, the deep crosser and then that deep dig. So this is why I say you got to be smart on which linebacker you control. There's really no point of controlling the one on the left because I need that one on the left to stay over the middle field to kind of guard any maybe seam streak if they do a seam streak, or maybe that deep dig route coming over the middle, which is going to allow me to do two things. First of all, I can kind of carry that tight end streak if I need to, and then I can come off on that crosser when it's coming over the middle field so they can't throw the crosser either. Now, I could break back down on that dig if they had enough time to where the dig was going to get past that first hook zone, and by that time, if they try to throw that crosser too late, I can probably make a play with the DB by clicking on, but I can't allow them to just throw it quickly like this, so I need to guard him. And as you guys can see, if you're seeing here, by this time, they're not going to just have forever. The pocket's going to be breaking down, and you guys can see that D tackle I was telling you about on that contain. He has that leverage to where they can't just roll out. Now, if they roll out, obviously then they'll get the time, and they could probably pick us apart. But because we're not allowing them to roll out and they have to stand in the pocket, we all know how this game works. You're going to get pressured, and the play is going to break down, and you're not going to have time for all this stuff to develop. So this is something that's been extremely effective for me. This is extremely unique, and it's rare to big nickel over G because you have the 3 safeties in the box. I've been doing this for a few years now. I wanted to share it with you, show you guys how these hidden assignments that you don't normally get can be so crucial in creating a unique coverage to lock it down. Guys, give me 500 likes and I'll drop a blitz you can mix in from this formation as well.